Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Bouncing hearts. Lots of news. How many beautiful things were seen that night? Very good. Even the strangest dreams are part of the process. Learn to wait. What I said, that you are like children who are learning to walk. So let's go slowly. You don't want to walk out on the first day. Stay calm and you will get there. Do not worry. But, lots of experiences. Many experiences. Great. Great. You are following the most beautiful path, they are following a path of light, of faith, of belief. This is wonderful. Wonderful. You will see much more, you just need to believe. Before we start talking about today's topic, today I will make an invitation to all of you. In a little while we will have the Lion's Gate, on the 8th of August 8th or 08. I am inviting all of you here, so that on this day, at 10 p.m., we are all together. We will have the video of the day, and I will leave a meditation ready. Each of you will do it within your time zone. Don't worry, the meditation will arrive ahead of schedule. Then you will have meditation in your hands, together we will create a great wave of light and love. I will help you to pass through this portal, this is my idea. So, you have already been warned, on 08 or 08, at 10 p.m. Each in their own time zone. The theme of our prayer today is the multidimensional self. So let's go. Dear Archangel Michael, may you help me understand each lesson I pass, every obstacle I encounter on my path, every difficulty I have to overcome. Teach me, my Archangel, to understand that each one of them are just stages of my evolution, and that I need to understand, accept, and overcome each obstacle that appears, because only then will I be given the right to evolve at that point. May I be able, every day, with every obstacle, to become stronger, more conscious, and more soon, to overcome each of them. And with this, evolve everything that is necessary, so that all myselves, who are below the third dimension, can evolve. I already started talking about it, when I talked about the higher self, but today I'm going to explain it a little more. I realized that even my image of the octopus, which wasn't very interesting to me, helped you understand. And this is very good. Today I will explain a little more, why your soul is divided into several dimensions. Understand the following, the process of evolution is always based on a learning process. It's as if you were children, went to school, and they passed year by year, learning more and more, and the lessons becoming increasingly difficult. Imagine the following, if the soul was born in the first dimension, and stayed there. What do you think would happen to this soul? She would simply park, and over time, she would die. Yes, souls die too. I will not go into the merits of this issue here. So our Father or Mother God, in His infinite wisdom, decided to divide the soul into several dimensions. For what purpose? With the aim of those pieces that are already in the higher dimensions, causing the rise of those pieces that are lower, thus always keeping the soul in constant evolution. The higher the soul piece is, the more easily it has an effect on the other pieces. For example, if a soul already has a piece in the 10th dimension, and all the others are lower, this soul has more strength to make the other pieces evolve, than a soul where the highest piece is in the 6th dimension, because this still has a lot to evolve, the other is already at a higher level. So that's why many of you have differences. Some see everything, they can feel everything, they have a much greater spiritual preparation, but it is not because he has more power, nor is he a more blessed being, it has nothing to do with it, it's because this soul has pieces in much higher dimensions. So she is more ready, it is already on a path of evolution much further ahead. It's like a big race, in which some reach the top positions faster. It depends on each soul. I don't want you to judge each other. I don't see anything, because I'm not an evolved soul. It's not that. If you haven't evolved to this point yet, it's because your time hasn't come yet. You all have the right time to evolve, for the lessons learned, for the way you go through the lessons. It doesn't mean that the one up front is a purer being than you, no, he went through the same lessons that you went through, but due to different attitudes, he managed to pass faster. I say it again, the example is very interesting. It's as if you were at school. Not everyone passes the year with high grades. Some pass with good grades, others pass with grades, almost scraping by, almost repeating the year. And some of you repeat the year. So the evolutionary path slows down. All because of the choices you make. Nothing is dictated from above. Through the choices you make, to follow your lives, your evolution happens. Many times, the higher self determines that one of those pieces will rise, but, according to some life positions that you take, that piece has more difficulty rising. So my brothers, no one is better than anyone else, no one is smarter than anyone else, and no one is loved more, because he is higher. There is no such thing. And no one is more important, just because they are higher up. Understand the following, the higher the pieces are, the greater the lessons, the more difficult are the paths. So don't think that whoever is up front, that one over there has already done well. He's already up front. No, he is, as you like to say, struggling to stay there. The tests are increasingly difficult, and he has received 0 in some of them, repeating the same lesson. So, my brothers, don't think that these brothers who are up front, who have a greater perception of the whole, of everything that happens, who see everything, who feel everything, they are in a bed of roses, floating, letting the wave carry it. No, my brothers are not like that, on the contrary, they are in rough seas, where to cross these waves is increasingly difficult. Each of you is at the level you need to be. It's at the level your soul is ready to be. No, don't think you're better or worse than anyone else. Another thing I would like to say here, don't feel ashamed to say that you don't see or feel anything. This means absolutely nothing. On your scale of development, on your level of evolution, this is not yet important to you. Realize this, you may not see anything, they may not feel anything, they may not dream at all, but they are much more evolved than those who see, that they feel, who dream. Hey, what do you mean? How am I going to be more evolved if I don't see anything? My brothers, seeing, dreaming, feeling is not indicative of evolution. It is an indication that your soul is more perceptive, not evolved. There is a big difference between you having all these sensations, all these things, and not having them. This does not mean that it is evolution. Yes, in some it is, the fact of being able to see, of being able to dream, to be able to connect, it's a sign of evolution, but not always. So don't think you're small, without evolution, just because you don't see it, they don't hear or feel anything. My brothers, the evolutionary scale is inherent to each one. Many can be born, and as children they already see or hear things, and that doesn't mean they are evolved. They still have a long way to go to say that they are evolved. These are just gifts, and the gifts you gain over time, or come with them, it doesn't matter. This doesn't mean anything. So whoever keeps saying, because I see this, I see that, I feel everything. If you are thinking that you are the greatest, and you are at the top of the evolution scale, I am sorry to tell you that you are mistaken. You can be seeing, feeling and hearing, and be to a much lesser degree than someone who does none of these things. So my brothers, don't compare yourself. Don't feel small because the other person says so much. And he'll tell you more, there's a lot of throat in that environment too. What do you mean, my Archangel? There are many people who like to say that they see, that they hear, and they neither see nor hear anything. He just likes to show off, to say that he sees, what's happening, what you feel, and there is nothing. It's pure fantasy. So my brothers, this doesn't mean anything. The evolution of each soul is inherent to each soul. You don't know where your souls are, how far their souls have already evolved. You do not know. When you ascend, you will know, but for now you do not know, and here you will not know. That's just what I said when we talked about the higher self. The goal here is to elevate all the bits that are vibrating low, so that you can, then, be ready, tidy, with party clothes, to get on that train, which goes to the 5th dimension. And participate in this beautiful party, which will be your ascension. And that's the goal you have to have now. Don't keep imagining. What grade am I in? What size am I? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you vibrate high. May you eliminate these negative feelings, which are part of yourself, which is lower. Yes, you have to try every day, so that you all level up, here, in Tercera, and everyone can evolve together, in one thought, in one heart. It's going to be wonderful. So my brothers, do not worry about what level you are or are not. The important thing, at this moment, here now, is for you to take care of yourself. It's up to you to let it out, everything that no longer resonates with you, because you feel a lot of things that are uncomfortable, strange for you. So let's get this out of the way, let's take care, let's treat, and we will bury, because it cannot be reborn again, is buried. This is the concern you have to have, not where you are and not who is more evolved. Each one has their own mission. Everyone has their own purpose in life. So let each of you attend to this purpose, mind your way. Forget the other person's path. The other's path is the other's, and often the other's path seems very enlightened. You have no idea what the other's path is, to be so enlightened. What does this other person have to do, so that he or she stays enlightened? It's my brothers, I repeat again, each one's path is inherent to each one's soul. So don't judge yourself, don't compare yourself. Everyone has their own path. Each one has their gifts. Each one has its own evolution. Each one passes the year, at the speed they have to pass. Nobody has to follow anyone. Each one is each one. The evolution of each soul is a beautiful process, because you learn lessons, they leave them behind, and they go up more and more. Disconnecting from feelings, from the lower dimensions, and assuming feelings from the highest dimensions. So that's what I want. That is the purpose here, now. We are finishing this procedure. There are only a few days left, and I'm sure everyone who said these prayers daily has changed in some way. I'm sure of this, that none of you missed it, that none of you will be able to open your mouth and say, no, I'm the same as when I started. Nothing happened. Remember, I see the heart of each of you, and I know perfectly well how much you have all evolved. Many even do so against their will. Many even, unwillingly, but it was. So, my brothers, it works, you just need to let yourselves be carried away, to believe. That's what I always say, it's believing without seeing, it is believing, for the simple fact of believing. Because this believing, over time, will make you see. Absolutely. But if you still don't see it, it's not a sign that you haven't evolved, it is a sign that this is not yet important, on this evolutionary path that you are on. For some reason this is not necessary yet. One day it will happen. When you least expect it, it will happen. And then yes, you will see everything you always wanted to see. I am Archangel Michael. I am here, next to each one of you, calming your hearts, and always giving you that little push, in those moments of doubt that you have.